I often get on here and discuss anti aging tips and advice that I use in my own lifestyle, tips for supporting youthful skin, youthful appearance, longevity, healthy lifespan. But today I'm going to be talking about some of the anti aging advice that I see on the internet that I personally can't get behind, I don't think has any benefit. I really want to discuss these and really get your thoughts and to see what you think about these anti aging tips that I personally would never follow. Hi, I'm Brandon, anti-aging enthusiast, just like you, bringing to you anti-aging research, tips, and vlogs every single week. If anti-aging topics are of interest to you, please hit that subscribe button down below. I would love to share this space with you. And if you like anti-aging videos like these, please hit that like button as well. That can just help me to determine whether or not I should continue making videos like these in the future. So anti-aging strategies are pretty simple in my lifestyle, pretty basic, sun protection, sunscreen, every single day. I do some serums, vitamin C, CoQ10, wash my face every day, eat a healthy antioxidant rich diet, exercise moderately. These are just simple strategies and tips that have evidence behind them to suggest not only just promoting and protecting youthful mind, body, and spirit, but also helping to reverse some signs of photo aging, photo damage. But today I'm going to be talking about some unconventional advice, things that sort of go out of the norm, but that is gaining a lot of traction. It's pretty trendy online. And that being said, a lot of you might even like these strategies. A lot of you may actually prefer some of these strategies, but in my opinion, aren't super useful and aren't a useful use of your time. Some people will disagree on these anti-aging tips and advice. But, that's the beauty of this world. Everyone is different. So the number one piece of anti-aging advice online that I would never really follow are facial exercises. And I know I'm going to get some flack from this because people are going to say that they know of somebody who's a teacher of these movements, these facial exercises, and they look fantastic. I actually did know somebody or follow someone online, and I knew for a fact that she got, fillers and Botox. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but she would attribute it to these facial exercises that she was selling, these courses that she was selling. Some people do believe that facial exercises, moving your face, toning your face, doing the massages and everything like that can be helpful for anti-aging and improving collagen and the muscle strength and the tonicity of the facial muscles. However, scientific studies, large-scale peer-reviewed scientific studies and papers have not conclusively proven that these facial exercises do have noticeable anti-aging benefits. In fact, there are some sparse and small studies that have limitations and methodological limitations to them that also have a high dropout rate. So it's really hard to, and also the follow-up assessments of the facial exercises and assessing the efficacy of these exercises is highly variable across studies and not consistent or standardized. So really knowing for sure whether these exercises can work is debatable. And also, in my opinion, moving your face, because I see a lot of anti-aging facial exercises where people are moving their face and doing their eyebrows up and down really high and going really down, saying that it can help to exercise the muscles and make it more firm looking. But the issue with that I have is that the more you move your muscles, the more that's going to contribute to not only the dynamic wrinkles that you see, but also the static wrinkles, because it breaks down collagen over time, the movement of your muscles. That's the whole reason why, Botox exists, is to freeze the muscles in certain areas of your face so you're not moving them, and it can be smooth and maybe even prevent wrinkles in the long run. So I just think that excessive movement through these exercises will do more harm than good. And granted, yes, I'm sure there are people online who are selling these facial courses, these facial exercise courses, who look fantastic. But whether or not that's attributable to these exercises, I'm highly skeptical personally. I'm just skeptical by nature. I want to believe a lot of things, like a lot of natural methods and anti-aging ways, natural methods, but it's hard to believe that these excessive facial movements and exercises are going to reap long-term beneficial, noticeable improvements in your skin. If you disagree with me and you find that they are helpful, let me know down below which exercises or massages or tools that you use that have been beneficial. The number two anti-aging piece of advice that I would never listen to and I would never follow is to prescribe to a regimental diet tribe, meaning that I post a lot about what I eat here on my YouTube channel for the purposes of anti-aging. I do it on my TikTok channel as well. And I do get a lot of, positive comments, but I also get a lot of people saying that I'm doing something wrong. I'm not eating the correct way. I need to eat more animal-based carotenoids and fats and protein. Following a regimental diet and adhering to this strict diet and like criticizing everyone and stressing out about what everyone else is doing for them is even more detrimental to your youthfulness, to your vitality, to your health than actually just minding your own business and doing what works for you, not criticizing, not being critical, not believing that your way is the only way, when in reality, everyone reacts differently to different types of different ways of eating, different nutritional, like organizational nutrients in their diet. So, really being a hardcore, you can definitely be a hardcore prescriber to the carnivore diet or the paleo diet or keto or whatever, or vegetarian, vegan. It doesn't really matter as long as you are getting all the nutrients that you need. You're reducing your inflammation. You're getting the healthy omega-3 fats. You're doing things in your diet that are going to support your skin and your health and your overall well-being. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion, how you go about it, as long as it works for you. You have to find something that works for you, a diet that is palatable. For me, I could never do a carnivore diet because even though low on carbs, I just don't like meat that much. I do eat meat and I do, consume meat and some organ meats in my diet as well for anti-aging, but it's just not like exciting for me. I don't really care for meat more so than I do, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, fish, things like that. So, really being, I guess, I keep saying this word, but regimental in your diet and stressing out and being anxious over it, maybe even worse than the diet itself, maybe even worse than like a nutrient poor diet, for instance. You have to really, do what works for you and just, be in your own world. I share my own diet and my own nutrition here on this channel just so I can show you what I'm doing and what works for me. I'm not telling anybody what they should do. I'm not teaching anyone. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. I'm just sharing with you what I do and what I find to be really helpful for anti-aging based upon not only the research that's out there, but also, what I prefer and what works for my body. The third piece of anti-aging advice that I would never follow is relying on sunscreen alone, relying on sun protection alone. So we all know that the sun, UV, UVA, as well as the UVB to a certain extent, contributes to 80%, maybe even up to 90% of the visible signs of aging. But there's other things that contribute to the visible aging process and other things that you can do to promote, preserve, and protect the youthfulness of your body, of your skin. And it's not just sun. So sun protection is a huge hunk of it. If you're wearing sunscreen, if you're staying out of the direct sun as much as you can, feasibly possible. I know people love the sun. It makes them happy. That's okay. But as long as you are, making sure that you are protecting your skin from the sun, that's going to be the heavy lifter. However, sunscreen alone, for instance, if you're going out in the direct sun, you're just relying on sunscreen, that's not going to be helpful because you're going to sweat it off. Sunscreen degrades, the filters and sunscreens degrade over time. You're going to invariably wipe it off somehow with your clothes and things like that. So it's not going to be a sort of magic bullet there. And there are other things, again, that contribute to the pathogenesis of aging, and that includes nutrition. Nutrition plays a powerful role. Things like sugar, which contributes to glycation, making sure that you're not eating sugar or drinking sugar. Alcohol, depletes your antioxidant systems in your body. Smoking does the same thing. Incorporating protein and healthy fats can help to just support your collagen and protect your skin against the aging and raging rays of the sun, against pollutants in the environment, and can nourish your skin and nourish your body. And, incorporating exercise is really important to get that heart rate up for just like overall longevity, but also just supporting skin health by reducing inflammatory markers and oxidative stress and reducing stress and anxiety, managing your stress and anxiety. All of these are really important in going a long way in helping with and supporting and promoting youthfulness and vitality, in my opinion. The fourth piece of anti-aging advice that I would never follow is frequent mechanical exfoliation. So I see some people on social media who sell exfoliating products and they attribute their youthful appearance to exfoliation. And I think that can be true to a certain degree, because when you do exfoliate, whether it's mechanical or like a chemical exfoliant, you are removing that layer of dead skin cells, revealing younger, more smoother looking skin. But when you're doing mechanical exfoliation over and over again with like harsh scrubs that can really damage your skin barrier, your protective skin barrier, which is essential for not only improving the protection against outside invaders that come into your skin, but also helpful for, your skin barrier is a protectant against the evaporative processes associated with the moisture loss in your skin, the transepidermal moisture loss, which, if you have dehydrated skin, it can look older, but with more hydrated skin, you have more buoyancy, more bounce, more hydration, and it just brings an overall more youthful appearance. So if you're over exfoliating, that can really dry out your skin and make it appear older. And it can also lead to irritation and redness and increased sensitivity over time. And if you already have sensitive skin, you probably don't need to be exfoliating that much. In fact, I never ever do mechanical exfoliation. I never do any sort of target exfoliation. I'm already exfoliating when I wash my face. When you wash your face and you're rubbing it with your fingertips, that's exfoliating. It might not be to the same degree as like a sugar scrub or a salt scrub, but you are still exfoliating. If you're using tretinoin, you're exfoliating, or any sort of retinoids or, peels like glycolic acid or AHA, BHA peels, you're exfoliating. So you don't necessarily need to do harsh mechanical exfoliation. Just gentle exfoliation is enough, in my opinion. And that can help with, proper cell turnover without increasing the transepidermal water loss, the irritation, the redness that is associated with frequent mechanical exfoliation. Another piece of anti-aging advice that I would never follow is using natural-based sunscreens, homemade sunscreens that you make yourself. So I was always a firm believer in natural skincare. I have always been into just like a holistic lifestyle, using things that were very close to nature, and I even was guilty of this, maybe 10 years ago, I was trying to make my own sunscreen that was natural. I think it used like coconut oil, zinc oxide powder that I got on Amazon or eBay or something like that. But when you do this, there's no guarantee that you're actually reaching a healthy SPF, and the formulation just isn't aesthetically appealing. You're putting this zinc oxide paste that you've made on your face that has no preservative. It's going to be like, it's also going to be pasty white. You're going to have inconsistent SPF across your face. And there's no guarantee, because there's no studies, there's no guarantee that it's going to provide the protection that you need for anti-aging. And just natural skincare in general, like using beef tallow. I know a lot of people like that. It's a good emollient, it's a good occlusive agent. But if you're just using beef tallow or coconut oil on your skin, you're not actually replenishing your skin moisture. Coconut oil is something that I get a lot of flack about when I talk negatively about. I like coconut oil. It's a great emollient. It has good antioxidants. I cook with it sometimes. I eat it sometimes. But it doesn't provide actual moisture to your skin, aka water, and it's just an emollient. It's not trapping the moisture, so your skin can still be dry. It can look smooth, but it can still be dry. Like it still will lack moisture. So natural skincare, while some things can have its place, other things just aren't a good use of your time, your money. You're better off spending the money on just getting something that you don't have to make, that's already formulated to have a good SPF, that is going to, be aesthetically pleasing to you. Maybe a tinted mineral sunscreen, for instance, if you want to stick to mineral sunscreens, or a moisturizer that has been formulated with natural ingredients and natural oils, so you're not like inundating your skin with all these oils that could lead to breakouts or sensitivity. So for me, I've stopped following all the sort of natural skincare advice that I've seen online from all these, crunchy mamas and Gwyneth Paltrow and things like that. Although she does sell products, more like natural products. But yeah, I don't rely on these natural these natural products, because sometimes even the natural products that are sold in stores still have things that, some people might not, real natural people, real like crunchy mamas might not actually agree with, but they'll use it anyway because there's a label that says natural on it. So I think really knowing that the skincare industry is vast, but there are options out there that are going to be formulated in a way that's going to support your skin architecture, that's going to support your anti-aging efforts without being toxic. And even chemical sunscreens, there's not a lot of large scale studies suggesting that these chemical filters can contribute to ill adverse effects. They've been used for decades, and there's no conclusive causative or associative factor connecting these filters with any sort of adverse health effects. So, for me, I will use a chemical sunscreen occasionally, usually European or Korean, just because those are just better in my opinion. And there's some research suggesting that these newer filters from Europe, from Asia, may also be just larger and have minimal absorption in the body and thus minimal systemic effects. So having, a good sunscreen that you trust is really important for those anti-aging efforts. So anyway, that's the piece of anti-aging, or the pieces of anti-aging advice, tips that I see online that I just can't really get into personally. Let me know if there were any tips that you disagree with or you agree with. Let me know if there's something that you see on the internet that you think is just outrageous. I would love to investigate it and do a whole video on it, because I would love to just look into anti-aging tips, because I don't really get on social media that often. I'm not watching a lot of TikToks or short reels or shorts or anything like that. So if you see something that is just totally ridiculous, let me know down in the comments about some type of, whatever you see, so I can maybe address and do a video on. I think that would be really fun. If you like this video, please hit that like button down below. And again, if you're not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to share this space with you. I put out new anti-aging videos every single week. In fact, about 4 times a week: Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I would love to have you here. And until the next video, I hope you have a good one. Thank you for watching. Bye.